Shelter was built in 1972, kind of back when, the way of thinking was dog pound versus the welfare of the animals, the comfortability of the animals. There's 12 kennels in the back of our facility, very narrow aisleway, so when you go in, the dogs are barking, they're hitting the cage, jumping up, trying to get your attention, becomes really loud on the inside. One of the downsides of this facility is we don't have somewhere for them to do a meet and greet where they can be in a quiet room, free of distractions. There's plenty of distractions around this facility, so sometimes it's difficult for the adopter to get a real feel of how that animal is going to be with them.
The goal is all about the animals, so everything we can do to make sure they're healthy, they're vaccinated, that they have good homes is the objective that we'd like to reach. We need to upgrade the facility. It doesn't meet modern Humane Society standards. Our adoption rates are 4 to 6 months for dogs, typically. It can be up to a year for cats. We have an opportunity to collaborate with another jurisdiction, a municipality, the Town of Truckee, who only 13 miles away built a modern state-of-the-art facility. Their adoption rates are 17 days, which is much more in the goal. People could come in and redeem an animal from the shelter. But if they have trouble traveling there, we have instituted a free ride home program, so to speak, where if somebody's all the way over in Tahoma, they don't have a vehicle, they might have to wait a day, but we'll work it into our route and try to bring their animal back to them. The Town of Truckee has a facility that can certainly handle all of the animals of eastern Placer County for the next 30 years. A significant amount, about $100,000 a year operational cost savings if we do move in with the Town of Truckee.
The shelter's been open for just under 2 years. Sometimes in some of the older shelters, it's depressing and people don't want to be there, but people love it here. You come in and the first thing that you see as you walk in the door, you can see the cats through the window, playing, watching TV. So we do about 500 adoptions a year. Right now we are in one of the community rooms for the cats, and so cats that are social and get along with other cats can be in this room, and we have all different perches for them, different feeding stations. All of the cats have double compartment housing, or else they can be in these communal rooms out and about. Inherently, animal shelters are a stressful place for animals who have to come through, and so the design of this building was all about creating spaces for the animals to live that would reduce their stress and maybe mimic being in a home, in a room. The dog rooms are called real life rooms, and they're supposed to mimic being in a room in a home versus being in a kennel. The rooms are set up with air exchange so that each room has its own individual air exchange, not allowing disease to transfer from room to room. They're soundproof. Visually, there's barriers so that the dogs aren't stimulated by each other, by people passing down the hallways, and that reduces their stress. The room is very clean and inviting, not only for the animal, but for adopters to go in and visit with the dogs as well. Each of the dog rooms has an indoor-outdoor component to it. The inside area, they have a bed and their water and toys and bedding, and then they have a little doggy door that allows them access to an outside little pen where they have their own private area to use, so they can be inside and outside. And with the weather here, we do have heaters that are located above the outside portion of their runs, so when it's cool out, then we keep them warm outside. So the outdoor area is used, we rotate the dogs outside. This gives them some outside time in a larger space. We actually have pools that we put out in the summer so they can cool off in there. We can do surgeries here in-house and have a veterinarian that's working with us. We do spays and neuters every Tuesday. What I love most about this shelter is the ability to improve the lives of the animals who pass through our doors. It can be very rewarding knowing that when they come here, we will give them the best possible care and we will hopefully reunite them with their owner or find them the best possible new home.